Whether you landed on this pathway because you want to look better in a bathing suit or squat double your body weight doesn't really matter. What you're really looking for is growth. Regardless of where you currently stand with your fitness levels, we all have room to push ourselves a little bit further. And the good news is, when you start to invest in your fitness, so many other areas of your life start to improve as well. Before I recommend some simple habits for you to implement into your day-to-day, here's some essential fitness advice I wish I knew when I got started. You have nothing to be afraid of. Most people are so focused on themselves that they won't notice you wandering around the gym with a confused look on your face. Everyone has to start somewhere, and in my experience, the vast majority of people would love nothing more than to help a newbie. So if you're feeling confused about some cable system at your gym, don't be afraid to ask. Go low, slow, and steady. You need to remove your ego from the equation. Reaching for the heaviest weight on the rack is only gonna get you hurt, and then you'll lose even more progress than if you decided to go slow. Start with a routine that feels easy, whether it's a lower weight than your max or a quarter of the distance you know that you can run. Ironically, the slower that you start, the quicker you'll build momentum. If you're not enjoying it, you haven't found the right routine. If you've been exercising for 3 to 6 months and you absolutely hate your fitness routine, then you're likely doing it wrong. Your workouts should be something that you look forward to, not dread. So experiment until you find something that feels right. All right, let's get into some simple habits that you can build into your life, whether you're a beginner or a pro. Move every day. As much as we all know exercise is good for us, many of us don't prioritize it in our lives. Often the issue is that we treat it as an all or nothing endeavor. We either participate in some grueling fitness challenge or we're not working out at all. Needless to say, that sets us up for failure and actually makes us less consistent overall. What's far more sustainable is setting the minimum threshold for exercise each day. If you do any more than that amount, it's icing on the cake. This will likely look slightly different each day. It might be a full gym workout, a dance class, or a hike. Or on a really busy day, the most you might be able to commit to is a few push-ups or a stretching session. And that's totally okay. The important thing is that you're moving. Here's your simple habit. Commit to moving your body with some kind of exercise for 15 minutes every day. If you can fit in a whole workout, great, but it's more important to keep the momentum going, even if you're just doing yoga for a few minutes or taking a walk around your block. Next, track your progress. Fitness is one area where progress can feel really, really slow. It can feel disheartening when you've been hitting the gym every single day for a month and you look in the mirror and still don't resemble Channing Tatum's body double. That's largely because of a little thing called change blindness. Research has shown it typically takes us 6 to 8 weeks to notice that we've lost a little bit of weight, but only about a month or so for a friend to notice. This is why the friends that don't see you every day are typically the first ones to notice that there's something different about you, while your partner or housemate won't even notice that you got a new haircut. This is why it's so important to record your fitness program every day. This might be taking a mirror selfie, tracking your progress in a notebook, or even recording your daily weight. Now, while weight isn't the best metric for most fitness goals, it's one small indicator and it's really easy to track. Just keep in mind that your weight will fluctuate day to day, and just because you've gone up a little bit one day, down a little bit one day, doesn't mean that the overall picture isn't moving in the direction that you want to go. While improvements may seem minimal or even invisible at first, this allows you to literally see the progress that you're making month to month. Here's your simple habit. Track your fitness habit every day to capture your progress. Keep it handy so it's easy to access and so you can come back to revisit your progress later on. Prepare the night before. You can face a lot of resistance when it comes to picking up a fitness routine. There are so many different competing things that need our attention in a given day, and it's very easy to let our fitness habits fall by the wayside. One of the ways that you can start to reduce that friction is to plan ahead. The night before you plan to commit to a habit, you need to find ways to make it as easy as possible for you to get started. If you're going to the gym, you can pack your gym bag the night before. If you're going for a run, you can prepare your running sneakers and get your favorite playlist at the ready. If you plan to do yoga, you can roll out your yoga mat and open up YouTube to your favorite routine. This tactic pulls on a few powerful levers of habit change, and we'll talk more about exactly why it's so powerful later in the course, but for now, you've got a simple habit to get started with. Prepare your fitness gear the night before. No matter the routine you're building, there's a way to make it even easier for you to take action. And now we've come to your big moment. While I'm sure that you love nothing more than to tackle all these changes at once, it's really important to get focused on just one. So open up your workbook to exercise 4 to pick the one habit that you're gonna stick with for the rest of the course. You can use one of the 3 that I mentioned in this lesson, or you can come up with something more tailored to your own fitness goals. Use the checklist in the workbook to pressure test your habit and to make sure that it's easy, specific, and intentional. Putting down your habit into writing is really simple, but it's incredibly powerful.